Friends, let us discuss today a term called Kaizen Costing. Very interesting Japanese term, Kaizen Costing. I'll introduce you to this concept. Kaizen Costing is a cost reduction technique. Mind well, it is a cost reduction technique and it is focused on continuous improvement. It means it's a continuous process by which you will continuously keep on improving your performance, which is ultimately targeted towards reduction in cost. It is originated from the Japanese term called Kaizen. Kaizen meaning improvement. Kaizen means improvement. From there this word got originated. This technique is applied during the production phase to reduce the cost and improve efficiency. So mainly this technique is targeted towards manufacturing process, where you have to find out the areas of reducing the cost and continuously increasing the efficiency of your either product, that is product efficiency, or your process efficiency, the way you manufacture the product. So targeted towards cost reduction and also focused on improving your efficiency. This technique emphasizes on small incremental changes rather than big innovations. It means it is not a one-time technique or one-time big innovation. It is small improvement, additional improvement, incremental changes. So it's a small improvement over a longer period of time makes a big impact. That is the core concept behind Kaizen Costing. Small improvements over a longer period of time will cause a major impact and major cost reduction and increase of efficiency. Key features of Kaizen Costing. It is a continuous cost reduction process, which we have already seen. Employee involvement is required at all the levels. This technique says that employees at all the levels, from bottom to top, all the levels should be involved because they can contribute towards cost reduction, towards improvement in the efficiency. So participation of all employees is expected in this technique. Suggestion can come from anyone. On the contrary, the floor level workers, right, who work on the shop floor, they give more practical and implementable suggestions. It is focused on eliminating waste. Now here, waste means wastage of resources. Any of the resources which you are wasting should be identified and eliminated. For example, if you are manufacturing a small product, let us say this pen drive, if it requires 10 minutes to manufacture, can you reduce the time to 8 minutes? It means reduction of time or reduction of efforts. Suppose manufacture of this pen drive requires 15 steps. Can you do it in 12 steps instead of 15 steps? So it could be reduction in time, reduction of manpower, reduction of machineries which you use, reduction in material cost. Any of the resources which you use in manufacturing, if you can eliminate the wastage of those resources, then that is the purpose of target costing. So it focuses on eliminating wastage of resources. It enhances the product quality and efficiency. As I've already told you, product quality will improve. So it is not just cost reduction. At same cost, if you can provide a better quality product or a more efficient product, or you can design a more efficient production process, right? You are welcome. All such suggestions are welcome because they are all causing small improvements. It encourages the teamwork and suggestions for improvements are taken from all the members of the workers from all the levels, right? So you have to work in a team to achieve that target. The process of Kaizen Costing, how actually it is carried out in the manufacturing organizations. The step 1 is identify the areas for cost reduction. First of all, you have to identify the area where cost reduction is possible. So you have to target, you have to zero down on that area where cost reduction is targeted. Then you have to analyze the process and gather the suggestions. We have to analyze the present process through which that product is getting manufactured. Analyze it carefully. Here we can use the value chain analysis, right? You have to find all the operations which you are carrying out in a chain, right? Whether they are adding value or not, right? Ultimate value or not. So do that analysis, value chain analysis, carry out that process, and then gather the suggestions, right? Ask for the improvements or suggestions from the employees that can we reduce a particular process, where a cost reduction is possible, how we can do it in a different and in a better way. So analyze your entire process, gather the suggestions from your employees. Now, the suggestions which are practical, implementable, right? Accept those suggestions and implement these small and incremental changes. So implementable suggestions are then actually implemented, small suggestions. Now you have to monitor the results and measure the cost savings. Now once your suggestions are implemented, check the results, whether it actually results in the savings in cost or wastage of resources, right? You have to monitor the result. It may fail sometimes, that suggestion may not work. So you have to monitor and measure how much cost you are able to save. Any small improvement is welcome. So unless you check it, how you will come to know whether it is successfully implemented or not. So you have to continuously monitor the results and keep measuring the savings in cost. Now once the saving is achieved, once you found that the result is successful, then you have to standardize that successful practice. So if that suggestion is successfully implemented, standardize it so that all the workers at every floor, that is shop floor, can implement that suggestion. So you have to standardize that practice and then keep repeating the cycle, because it is a continuous improvement process. Again repeat the same cycle. Means again next time go to the step 1 again, identify the areas of cost reduction further, again analyze the process, gather the suggestions, and so on. So you have to keep repeating this cycle on a continuous basis for continuous improvement and cost reduction. So it's an unending process, my dear friends. Now what are the advantages which you gain? One is, naturally you reduce the production cost. That is the most obvious advantage, or that was the target of Kaizen costing. Then it improves the quality and efficiency of your product and your process. It engages the employees in decision making. So you are involving your employees also in the decision making process. It is a flexible approach, adaptable approach. It is not rigid one, right? It is a flexible approach where all suggestions are welcome, right? And you can keep on adopting those small suggestions over a period of time. It strengthens your competitiveness. You become more competitive in the market. See, when you are able to produce at a lower cost, or at same cost you are able to provide a better quality, more value to the customer, naturally you will become more competitive in the market and you will stay ahead of the market. If I take a example, this is a pen drive, right, which you can see. This pen drive is used for digital storage, digital data storage. Now our generation has used floppy disk long back, floppy disk for storage of data. A very small data used to get stored in that floppy disk, and it was costly also. And check this pen drive, it is much smaller than that floppy disk, and it stores much higher data, multiple times data into a small pen drive gets stored. And please remember, some people are continuously working on this, and you will notice that the cost of pen drive is going down and the storage capacity of this pen drive is going up day by day. So you can store more and more data with the same size of pen drive at a lesser cost. So digital data storage has become cheaper, more flexible, more efficient. And what I have heard from others, though I have not purchased yet, but I have heard from others that nowadays a pen drive is available to save 1 terabyte data. 1 terabyte data can be stored in a small pen drive at a very low cost. So someone is working like Kaizen costing and causing a continuous improvement. And therefore we are able to store more and more data at a lesser and lesser cost. This is just one example. You can just look around and you will find it is going on everywhere. Now let us conclude Kaizen costing. Kaizen costing is a powerful approach to achieve continuous cost reduction through small, ongoing improvements. It spells out everything about Kaizen costing in just one line. I repeat, Kaizen costing is a powerful approach to achieve continuous cost reduction through small, ongoing improvements, continuous improvements. It aligns employees' efforts with organizational goals. So efforts of employees are channelized towards achieving the organizational goals. And organizational goals are always cost reduction and value enhancement. Cost reduction and value enhancement is always the ultimate goal. Enhancing efficiency, quality, and competitiveness in the market. So it aligns employees' efforts with organizational goals, enhancing efficiency, quality, and competitiveness in the market. So that's all, my dear friends, about Kaizen costing in very brief. Thank you for watching this video.